So how much are we playing for then? Actually, I don't want to ask you that question.
A beer at the bar, mate.
Sounds good to me.
Beer at the bar.
Wow,
I was lucky.
that's nearly on the green. 28 handicap my arse. That's all right, you're -2 to them now compared to me.
That was what we call beginner's luck.
Right, that's it, gloves are off now, let's go.
Oh, I've topped it, haven't I?
I think you're just as far away from the hole there as you were here.
Oh, I was just shy of it.
I might have gone into the sand, yeah.
No! I'll take my bucket and spade.
Come on, ball,
What
run out.
a putt.
Run out. Get in
Oh
there!
my gosh!
In the hole!
In the handicap scoring, I'm here for 1.
Looking good.
Oh!
A little bit too much pace, never mind.
How are you getting on this year, mate, in the Old Championship?
Jack Sears Trophy. At the moment, we're leading it by 93 points. So
Whoa!
Ronan was my nearest rival
Yeah.
for the season. Sadly, obviously, we saw the news that he wasn't going to be continuing for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
At the time, he was 69 points behind. So I think that I'd kind of done a lot of the work earlier on in the season, but obviously no one ever likes to see the competition drop out for whatever
you're
reasons.
so close to the end of the year as well, but yeah.
Exactly.
Looks like you've done it, mate. So I'm
But
not going to
obviously,
jinx it. I'm not going to
after
jinx
coming
it.
so close last year and getting jellied at Brands Hatch, that kind of put the nail in the coffin for me. So it was nice to come back and have a second bite at it this year and win it once and for all, you know.
Do you know the best thing about the Jack Sears Trophy? Is the trophy itself. It's the biggest
I
trophy.
know. Yeah,
Like,
I'm actually thinking about
that's the
going
one
to
you
the
wanna
gym to work on being able to lift that above my head on the stage at the end of at Brands Hatch.
Yeah. No, mate, I really wish you all the best with it. You've done great this year.
Yeah, much appreciated. Should we hit some shots then?
Yep.
There we go.
So obviously Brands next weekend, how are we feeling?
A little bit nervous.
You look nervous,
I am.
Jake.
I'm a little bit nervous.
What
I'll
are
tell
you
you
nervous
what.
for?
I think because I've wanted it my whole life.
Yeah. And is this the closest you've been?
Yeah. It's the first time I've ever been leading it, going into the last one.
And Brands is a good track for BMW.
Not too bad. Yeah. It's the last couple of years struggled a bit in terms of outright pace.
Yeah.
Tom has always either been on pole or in the top 3, so we need to work on qualifying.
Okay.
So with regards to Ash, he probably most definitely won't win. He might get one of us if we have a but I don't think he can win it.
And if it's wet,
Yeah. If it's
you should
wet,
be happy with that, no?
if it's wet, I'm happy because I can't. As you know, this year it has worked pretty well in the wet. When it's torrential like it was in the last one, struggle a bit.
Yeah. Just don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Try not to, mate. Try not to. It's yeah.
Honestly, there's nothing you can do about anyone else.
No, I know that.
No matter what anyone else has got, or what anyone else does, you can't control that.
No. Just try.
Realistically, you're the closest you've ever been. You're going in equal on points. I think most people in the paddock would like to see a new champion.
Yeah.
What will be, mate.
Yeah, I think we just got to do the job on Saturday.
There is no point in worrying about it.
I know.
There really isn't.
I know.
Because there's so many things that are out of your control. As long as you walk away from the weekend going, I did the best I could, then you can never look back and go, if only.
Do you know what, actually, I had a really nice message from Andrew Jordan.
Yeah.
And he said, compared to when he won it and when he just missed out in 2019, ultimately, your family is still around you.
Yeah.
All the people that matter are still the same. Yeah. Everything doesn't change from that side of it. So, win, lose or draw, just go and have fun for the last one.
Literally enjoy it. And I know what you're like. And I know you're going to worry no matter what anyone says.
Yeah.
But you've just got to try and control that.
Yeah.
And just look at it as it's the first race meeting of the year.
Yeah.
Go into it completely
clear
calm.
head. Yeah.
You know what you need to do.
Yeah.
End of.
Just go and get on with it. No, it's good advice. Thanks, Huffy.
You'll be fine, mate.
Yeah, it's good, mate.
Do your best. That's all you can do.
Mate.
All right? Good luck, mate.
So we're coming into the last round neck and neck, both on 365 points. And I can't remember the last time this has happened, but I think it has like 15, 20 years ago. So it was a long, long time ago. It's a very, very rare occurrence. So it's literally like doing a one-round championship, you know, that's how you have to look at it. Whoever outscores the other one during the weekend takes the title home. It's as simple as that.
So I won it in 2022. I came into the race weekend in third, a handful of points back, and had a whirlwind of a weekend. Qualified and pole, took 2 race wins. It was an amazing weekend looking back at it. Yeah, winning it once was a dream come true. I'm almost more hungry now to win it for a second time.
Jake seems to only have 2 sets of softs out, so I was just wondering if he's trying to get into the top 6 and then just park it.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And there is one of those 2 title fighters. It is Jake Hill in the sunshine for October at Brands Hatch. Tim Harvey, we don't always come here with nice weather.
For the title rivals, it's one step at a time. Complete your free practice programme, concentrate on qualifying, worry about tomorrow. You can only do the best that you can do in each session.
Give yourself some breathing space down this straight, mate, and then set yourself up on the exit.
Yeah, so just confirm Hill's behind you on a quick lap.
On board with Hill once again, about to cross the line. And we've already had a time disallowed for Sam Osborne, I'm afraid. Hill goes second on a 30.2.
Yes. Come on!
This is Ash Sutton, who is an outsider for the championship. We've kind of written him off a little bit, but if the other 2 had striped in the first race and Ash came through to win, he might well be back in the game. So you rule him out at your peril as he comes down towards Stirling's.
What can Ingram do on his first real flyer?
Well, he's got to do something because he's out of that top 6 at the minute. A little bit nervous, the car there going through Sheen Curve, but Ingram will dance it through towards Stirling's. It's going to be touch and go this as he comes up towards the line. Tom Ingram will get another lap out of the session, and he's going to need it possibly because he's 4th, so he's in jeopardy.
Yeah, and meanwhile, title rival Hill has gone fastest on a 29.6.
You're P5, we need 2 tenths.
Tom Ingram is now the one in jeopardy. He is 6th, and he's still hustling on in the background as Rob Huff comes through, but he's going to have a charging Ingram behind him. Some cars bailing on this lap, and this is not what you need if you're on a quick lap.
But Ingram set up the fastest sector of anybody.
Box, save the fuel, mate. Great job.
A 1:29.416. So Tom Ingram is 7 thousandths of a second behind Aaron Taylor-Smith, and he's ahead of Jake Hill. But Ash Sutton goes fastest of all, 1:29.247, a 10th quicker.
Okay, that is top of the timing sheets by a 10th and a half.
Yes, that's Sutton, Taylor-Smith, then you, P3, Hill is P4, Cook is P5, Morgan P6.
All right, Sausage, even on that last lap that we aborted, we were green sector 1. We looked at the data and improved there, so just where you sat here, process what you were doing there because it was getting better and better and better. So let's make sure we go back out and start at that point and don't reset back to our hybrid front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive line. So make sure we go back out as we finished in sector 1, mate. All right, boys and girls, we can drop the car and get ready to go. It's not like we've got any temperature in these tyres, so.
I think you'll find that pretty much everybody will slap a new set of tyres on because they really, really need this performance.
The more important thing was the green flag being waved, so headset back on, and now let's see, first of all, who gets the point for the pole and whether that is going to be given to any of those drivers fighting for the championship, specifically Jake Hill and Tom Ingram.
They're going to have new tyres, new fronts probably, and we won't, so what can we do?
Is it preordained? 24 in 24. Number 24 BMW into Clark Curve. If he doesn't win it this year, he'll have to change his number for next season, won't he?
Yeah, the local boy, Jake Hill, who was just a boy in sandals and shorts watching racing here with his father Simon racing back in Formula 4 days. So he's lived and grown every year of his life around motorsport, and Brands Hatch in particular.
Currently P1, others are going quicker, but it's a great time so far. Keep it up.
And we're nearly at that halfway point, but look who's going purple. It's not a BMW driver, it's Sutton.
Did you say that Sutton did not come in the pits, David?
I think he did.
If he didn't, then he must have taken on just a pair of new fronts.
Yeah, that lap time's just been disallowed, mate. Matt's just had a look through the data. We're improving everywhere. It's just a case of trying to string it all together, mate. So we are improving, we're going quicker. 4 new tyres, let's see what you got.
So what can Ingram do? Well, he can go personal best, and the estimate would be 3rd, but that would put him behind Jake Hill. And remember now, pole earns the point. It's not just starting position, it's a crucial point for the championship as well.
Jake Hill is actually leading the championship based on race wins, so that extra point, if he could take it, would put him in the championship lead.
Right, Ingram goes quickest, 1:29.629 by 0.2 of a second. Turkington quickest, so that's the answer from BMW. Colin Turkington at 1:29.333. He's nearly 0.3 up on Tom Ingram. Aaron Taylor-Smith across the timing line. He goes 4th.
As long as you don't take any longer than 15 seconds, we'll get one more lap. So call this lap and go again. We've just gone purple or green in the final 2 sectors, mate. So just call it a little bit and go.
If Jake can't get pole, better for BMW's purposes that it's Colin Turkington rather than anybody else. But Tom Ingram has done a personal best and an absolute best. There's a minute to go. He'll get this lap and one more.
This will be your last lap. We need a 2.
He comes up to the timing line and goes through, stays second fastest. That lap was a 29.369, so it was an improvement, but not as good as Colin Turkington's.
You'll only get one more lap. Current fastest is a 29.8.
Aaron Taylor-Smith has gained a place.
And behind him, Ash Sutton jumps up to 3rd with his flying lap.
And Colin Turkington on pole position. Now, how does BMW play this to get him to help Jake? Really, all he can do is try and win the race, I guess, and take those race-winning points away from Ingram. And look at all the greens that he's done. He's not done yet. There's been another push. He doesn't improve, but he came oh so close.
Oh! Good job, mate. P2. It looked like the P2.
I think on the tyres we're on, Nate, that was fantastic. And Ingram is behind Turks on the front row. So we've got the wingman we needed, mate.
I thought we were on for pole there at the end. We missed out by 300ths. Oh, there's nothing in it. We're just waiting for that last sector. Awesome job, and we're going to have a good day tomorrow now.
We can have a plan for tomorrow. Be more exciting.
Just, I don't know who it was that come out the pit. Just literally, they popped up and I was like, oh.
Just caught your corner.
And I
your
thought
eye.
they were going to stop, but they still made the corner.
Yep.
So I was a bit in reserve, if that makes sense. And it just lost the rear on entry.
So you knew you'd done it?
Well, no, I thought I was like,
you thought you were clear.
line.
Yeah. It's obviously a camera there, isn't it? So we can go and ask for the picture, but he's going to be really tight.
Good job.
Good job to you, mate. That was mega.
That was hard.
And even when you were like, ooh, you went perfect.
Yeah, well, I'm still trying, aren't I?
Well done, mate.
Yeah, we just finished quali here at Brands for the last round, and quite a tense one. I can honestly say I've never risked so much in qualifying to get the car where it needed to be. The amount of times I thought I was going to have a massive shunt, but you know, you have to do it, right? I'm fighting literally with everything I've got to get this thing over the line. So I'm pretty proud of quali. Car isn't quite where I wanted it to be in Q3, unfortunately, but we got through. So it's just a case now of going through it, make sure it's right, and go and get the job done tomorrow.
Yeah, it's obviously I start on pole, and Jake, I think, is P6 with his main protagonist in between. So yeah, we'll just have to see how the race unfolds tomorrow, how lap 1 goes. You know, I'll try and get on the front foot, and if there's an opportunity to help Jake, then you know, that will be my job tomorrow. But it would also be quite nice to win a race. But yeah, I'll do what I have to for the team.
Well done, mate. Oh, that's quality.
Oh, you're amazing. Well done, mate.
Quali went all right. Quali went pretty well, in fact. So we line up P2 for tomorrow, which is marvellous. Really nice place to be. It's been an absolute pleasure driving this thing today. It's felt so good. So on a weekend that's obviously quite important, we're in the sharp end where we need to be, but big points for tomorrow. So let's wait and see how tomorrow pans out.
So So to win the BTCC is no mean feat. It's 30 races. A lot can go wrong. Because of what it is, there's some fruitcakes out there, some absolute fruitcakes, some lunatics that are really aggressive and want it as badly as I do or the next man does. So it's very, very tough to win. You know, things go wrong. Things go wrong.
Finals day is always chaotic. There's chance of rain in the air, there's all sorts going on today. So
we're pretty confident, really. We're quick in quali, showing good pace. We've not got a lot of hybrid deployment laps, but neither is Jake, who's really who we're racing.
This is the best chance I've had, you know, whether it's my turn or not, who knows, but we just got to keep it up, you know. I think we're right there, and we're going to go to round 30 with an incredible chance to try and win this championship.
The plan is to attack early on, so Tom's going to push quite aggressively early on, do some attacking, see if we can get ahead and build a little bit of a gap. If people start getting rough with us, I guess that might change. You might just start looking at the points and kind of playing it safe. If we get a DNF, we're done. So ultimately it's playing it safe, getting the points, but if the win's there, we'll take it.
It's full attack mode today though. No holding back, no playing it safe, no collecting points. This is about outright, we've got to win every race.
Jake's feeling like Tom's feeling, nervous but focused. Tom's been there and done it before, Jake hasn't, but equally Jake's been in the mix before against Tom when Tom won his championship. We all know what we're doing, it's just a case of managing those nerves, and if you're nervous, it means you've got something to fight for. It's finally time, mate. This is what we wanted.
Bye-bye. If I don't see you again today, have a good day. Cheers, mate. Have a good day, mate.
Last car's into position now. Good luck, mate. We know what we're going to do.
It is round 28 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. It's finals day. It's 15 laps in prospect, and it's all eyes on Jake Hill and Tom Ingram to slug it out to determine who will be the 2024 champion. For the first time today, the lights go red, engine notes rise, let's go racing. Lights out, good start by Turkington. Tom Ingram tries to cover off Ash Sutton. Josh Cook tries to get from one side of the road to the other. Jake Hill's not made progress off the line, but Ingram gets shuffled backwards. He loses a place to Sutton. He's on the outside line of Cook as well. Turkington is away in the race lead, and Josh Cook gets all sideways up the inside. Ingram gets involved with Sutton. Sutton's in the gravel. Ingram is delayed. Cook gets collected by Morgan. There's mayhem up at Druids, and Ingram is the first casualty in terms of the championship battle. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Go, boys! Oh, it's just taken Adam out though.
I think you're going to have to come backwards out of there if you can get out.
Sutton's in the gravel, Turkington leads, safety car deployed, that's Josh Cook's damage, and now as far as BMW are concerned, it's a really easy switch, isn't it, to get Jake Hill into the lead. This has fallen right into BMW's hands.
I think we do lap 2 personally.
Lap 2.
Tom Ingram is the 5th in the queue of those on the softer tyre, so there are places to be gained.
At least this gives us a chance to build the temperature and pressure in those fronts, mate, to just protect them for the opening laps.
And let's face it, Ingram's going to be 3rd or 4th. He'll get through all of those.
Come up towards the line, so green flag is ready to be waved. You can't overtake until you've taken the green flag and gone over the timing line, which the leaders do now. Look, Ingram's already got himself lined up to make that move against Osborne, diving into Paddock Hill Bend. The battered Rowbottom car goes with him, so there's 1 place gained already. Now this is Ingram, 3 wide coming out of Hawthorne, but there's going to be an investigation about his start after the race. Moffat loses out to both De Leon and Ingram. Leader goes through, and it's Turkington ahead. He's done the fastest lap of the race now. So Colin Turkington it is, up front. 2nd is Hill, and where is Ingram as he comes across the line? He's into 6th, and he has just done the fastest lap of the race. So that bonus point goes Ingram's way.
Yeah? Yeah, so switch this lap.
The lead switch, I think it's happening, isn't it? Turkington has backed off, coming onto the Grand Prix loop. Jake Hill is up alongside him, and there is Jake Hill being gifted the lead, and a bigger lead within the championship.
No worries, mate.
It means a lot, mate.
No worries.
Ingram up past Camish now, so that puts him 5th. So Tom Ingram is still charging, but it's when he gets up behind Turkington that life's going to get tough. Headlights ablaze, coming up towards Sterling's.
Yeah, look at the distance between Ingram and leader Jake Hill. On the road, it's not that far. No. Wow, look how Ingram can turn that car really tightly, still on the power, get inside Aaron Taylor-Smith, and he's through. Yeah, if you look at lap times, Hill's last lap time was a 31.0, Ingram's was a 30.8. He's lapping faster than the 3 cars in front of him.
You're catching the leaders.
And a lot of the progress of Tom Ingram from here on in is going to hinge on Mikey Doble and how defensive he is and how long it takes Ingram to find a way past. But he's quick coming out of Graham Hill Bend. Is there going to be a lunge on the inside at Surtees? He thinks about it. There's a gap. Mikey Doble gives him the room.
Yeah, Doble saw that lunge coming and knew if he turned in there'd be contact because Ingram was fully committed to that manoeuvre, and he's up to 3rd place now.
Ingram up to P3, Ingram up to P3.
Right, there is Ingram then, who at the start of this lap was half a second behind Turkington, and now the pin has been pulled. Jake Hill is getting away, and Turkington needs to make that car as wide as possible for 6 and a bit laps. And Tom Ingram is running out of laps, running out of options, tightens the line at Druids, thinks about the inside, Turkington defends, Tom Ingram to the outside. And he's going to have to give way there.
Yeah, and of course, as soon as you start defending, you slow yourself and your other driver back.
It also shows you what a good team player Colin Turkington is being here. This is all to help Jake Hill, who's getting away up front.
And both Turkington and Ingram are on the hybrid this lap. So Ingram is using his one and only hybrid lap on this lap. He really was, he just mistimed that, ran into the back of Turkington.
So the brake test, we need to move him, mate, we need to get through.
Jake Hill, the man who's won more races than anybody else in the championship this year, 7 of them, he still leads now by 1.4 seconds. The lead gap doubles and Ingram has got much better pace coming out of paddock, but Turkington affords him only the outside line, heading up towards Druids, and that's not really the ideal place because you just get run out wide. Jake Hill has not yet used his 1 lap of hybrid, Ingram has. So Tom has got to do this on pure pace. Jake Hill may not even need that hybrid now because he's been given this advantage by the helpful Colin Turkington.
2 to go, Turkington has no hybrid left.
Win number 8 of the season is heading Jake Hill's way. There he is, Colin Turkington 2nd and Tom Ingram 3rd. Damage limitation over these last few laps. He gave it a really good go, but to no avail to get past Colin Turkington. And so Jake Hill, after everything has played into his hands in this race, starts his final lap, and he will complete this lap as championship leader.
Final lap, Colin. Final lap, old boy.
Checkered flag at the ready. It's going to be win number 8 of the season. Jake Hill takes the championship lead as he crosses the line from Colin Turkington and Tom Ingram. Mikey Doble 4th, and an 8th win of the year for Jake Hill. Great drive.
Get it, mate, get it. What a start of the day.
Well done, mate, that's P3 with the fastest lap. So 5 points behind.
One step closer, brother.
Thank you for that, mate. Really appreciate it, buddy.
We'll do it all again for you in a minute.
That's what teammates are for, I guess.
2 more. Come on! 2 more. Let's go. Nearly there.
Oh.
No! I'm so sorry.
I've got Ellie's coming up, she can fix him.
That's the other arm. Little man. Your daddy did it. Your daddy won. Your daddy won.
Yes, it's that not story.
Oh, Colin.
Yes, mate. Well done.
I'd say what Colin worked hard for us, didn't he?
Did he? Yeah.
Didn't he work
Yeah, because Colin had the pace early on, but we didn't. So Colin can get gone because we were backing him up. 5 ahead, I think. Yeah. Ingram got fastest lap, unfortunately, but fair play. I mean, he drove well in that race to come back through. So really well.
It's a shame that we used the softs for 1.5 corners because now that's done, we can't use them again.
You know, drivers is pretty much dead, right?
Oh, that is done, yeah. So mathematically, it's impossible now. So
it's about
manufacturers, yeah. I thought this is actually the perfect scenario. Cook will just be really aggressive, so we just need to keep him behind us, but we've got the pace to get away from him. We just need Cookie to have a go at Ingram. And because of the overlap and everything, I was like, this is literally played out in my head how it played out last night a million times in my head of like, okay, this is the perfect race start, up until you get to that point. Yeah.
Race 1. Well, race 1 could have been game over, Romeo done. However, we managed to recover it. Issue at the start with Josh Cook, rear puncher, rear lock, whatever happened to him, which went into Ash. Ash then went into me. Ash was in the gravel, Josh was out, Adam was out. Carnage. We then dropped back to 9th, but annoyingly in doing so, it gave Colin and Jake the lead. Colin then let him past, and then we had to just be on the recovery drive from there. So we went from 9th to 3rd, crazy amount of pace in the car, felt really good. Colin was just being like he would jump in front of a bullet, it would seem. So race 2 coming up, we're in a good place, car's feeling magnificent, we'll have a bit of hybrid, all still to play for.
The ninth win of the year is Jake Hill.
Well, Jake and I first raced against each other in 2009 in Ginetta Juniors. We went for the 2010 Ginetta Junior Championship together. It was Jake and I coming into the final weekend to win it. Jake and I raced against each other in G50s and G55s. All the way through our careers, we raced against each other. So it's a really cool story now to be stood however many years down the line that we're both going for another title. But in doing so, Jake knows all my tricks. I know all of Jake's tricks. We've raced against each other for that long now that we kind of know each other's next move before the next person's even done it. But I think that's the beauty of it, is it comes down to gloves off, scrap for the win. It's going to be a special one.
Just beat Tom. It is literally that easy. Apparently, yeah. You've just got to beat Tom. I think race 3 is going to be the real teller. You know, I think race 1 and 2 is going to stay fairly calm. But race 3 with the reverse grid, and who knows what's going to happen there. That's when the points can turn pretty quickly.
All you got to do is drive around in circles quicker than Jake does. How hard can it be?
Sausage, you actually did a really good job. You came to the grid with the same pressures as race 1, so we can make the same pressures check. So if you're happy, Jake, we'll drop the car, please, chaps.
Yeah, he's got them hot. Blowing the paint already.
Yeah. So the story continues on this dramatic final day. This time it is Jake Hill starting on pole, Tom Ingram 3rd. There's also the subplot of watching Ash Sutton charging through from the back, but another fascinating race in prospect.
And a subplot of a bit of British weather as well. It's just spitting with rain. The top 10 have to start on the medium tyre, the harder of the 2 compounds.
Final car's into position now, mate. Good luck.
So, 2 races to go in the 2024 Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. Round 29 set to get underway. Jake Hill on pole position. Lights go red. When the lights go out, it's going to be blast off now, and a good getaway made by both of the BMWs and also by Dan Camish. He tries to get up onto terms with Tom Ingram at the BMWs, as you would anticipate. Get away nicely, and now Ingram has got to be on the attack through paddock and up towards Druids. It's Hill ahead of Turkington, and there's drama in the background. One sideways, Toyota through the gravel on the outside, Andrew Watson, and Ingram is taking the fight to Turkington straight away. So Jake Hill with Colin Turkington playing rear gunner, and Tom Ingram's got to do this all on his own. There are no other Hyundais up there with him, but he's right on the back of the BMW. He comes to the outside line. Colin Turkington hugs the inside. Ingram keeps on coming. Can he go all the way around the outside, going into Hawthorns? Yes, he can! He's up into 2nd place already, and now it is game on. Remember, 5 points, the margin. Hill to Ingram coming into this race. Ingram is close as they come out of Clark Curve, lining up possibly to have a go on the inside into Paddock Hill bend. He's almost there, he's almost there. He's going to dive to the inside line, and Tom Ingram goes through. Ingram leads, starting lap 2 at Brands Hatch.
You know that thing's fast.
Now Ingram needs Dan Camish 4th to get on with the programme, so to speak, and try and get ahead of those BMWs and take points away from Jake Hill, because Ingram can do no more now.
8 laps to go.
Reigning champion Ash Sutton, remember he was coming off 19th on the grid, 19th up to 5th, inside 6 laps. That's pretty impressive.
We now have the fastest lap. The gap behind is 2 seconds.
Colin Turkington just keeping a watching brief behind Jake Hill moving out on the straights to keep the air charge temperature nice and cool going into that Neil Brown tuned BMW engine. They look like they're formation flying, no threat to Ingram, who can pace himself to the end of the race knowing he's got that fastest lap already in his pocket.
Ingram to Hill, 1.6 seconds. We've got 6 laps to go then.
Here's the points as they stand. Jake will lead by 1 point. Ash Sutton out of it in third, so it'll be 1 point in it into the final race of the year as it stands.
Ask Jake if he wants Colin to have a push and try and apply pressure.
I don't want to risk anything, if I'm honest, for it.
Ingram through, Hill through, Turkington through, and the margin is down demonstrably, 11/10 of a second now. So the message will get through to Tom Ingram, who has got 2 laps of his hybrid left, and Jake Hill has 0 laps of hybrid left. So if Tom needs to use any to pull away, he can.
I think he's playing with us. I think he's got plenty of pace left in him.
We are on lap number 12, so just under 4 laps to go. And he's edging closer, closer, closer down towards Hawthorns, makes a move on the outside. Camish is going to make it difficult.
Sutton switches back to the inside before Westfield, and he's through. I'm not sure if this is a lap on which Sutton's using his hybrid, but no, Camish has fought back and now has the inside. It may be just that Sutton's using his hybrid on this lap and Camish isn't.
Dan, please race sensibly, no holding each other up, please. I've said to Dan, play sensible, no holding each other up. Can you give the same to Ash, please?
Over the timing line they come, and Ash Sutton thinks about the inside, but Dan Camish able to cover that off. Lights are flashing, win number 6 of the season for Tom Ingram, and he's now 1 point back in the championship battle. Jake Hill is second, Colin Turkington third.
Well done, mate, top job. Yeah, fastest lap as well by about 6/10, so awesome.
Right, mate, we did what we needed to do there. We'll have a chat when we get back, see what we can do for race 3. We're a point in the lead in the championship with 1 to go, mate.
Oh, it was always going to be this way, wasn't it?
Yeah, problem is it's just the outright speed. He said the car's a lot better, just the speed is just not there. The speed on the straight line.
He's just got to finish 1 place in front of him. That's all that matters. It's the speed though, it's crazy. Yeah.
Straight line speed. Yeah, straight line speed.
That was hard work, wasn't it? No, well done.
What up? Coming out race 2 here at Brands. Unfortunately, we lost out to the BMWs again, so that's a big dent in our manufacturer's title. Good race between Dan and Ash there. No particular team orders apart from the fact that they have to race fair and not get out of hand. And that's exactly what they did. Ash was a bit quicker than Dan toward the end there. But yeah, ultimately, great race for Sam as well, and unfortunate for Robo.
Wow, amazing. What can we say? It's on. It's on!
Okay, let's bring in series coordinator Alan Gow to make the draw. Before you do, Alan, I mean, you were just as awestruck as everyone else by that first lap from Tom Ingram. Extraordinary stuff.
It was a great first lap and he had no choice, he had to do it. But what an enthralling race, but what a fantastic finish to the season. 1 point between them going into the final race. I don't think in the history of the championship has ever been this close.
Alan, make the draw. And the hand goes in. And you have drawn...
Number 7.
Number 7. So your influence isn't quite as great as you thought. Number 7 puts Josh Cook on pole position.
Yeah, if I do win it, what will it mean to me? Everything. You know, this is literally everything that I've worked for the last 15, 16 years since I started racing, and it would just mean the world to me and my family. You know, all the sacrifices, everything that we've been through to get ourselves into this position, it'll all be worth it, and that weight will just be off my shoulders, and yeah, be a really nice feeling.
Well, the funny thing is, yeah, if I think back to me, I've won 97 races, more than anybody else in history. Got more poles, more fastest laps, and more podiums than anyone in history. But you know what? Winning races is a strange thing because the excitement is in the moment. You know, when you cross the line, it's done. Next one, next one, next one. You don't really get to enjoy the moment because it's the doing it is the sexy bit. Spraying a bit of cheap plonk on the podium, it really doesn't mean anything. But the championship is different. because there isn't another race the week after. That's it, it's at an end. And that really is quite an emotional, very special moment. Really very different to winning races, that's for sure. Yeah, it's cool. Whoever wins it, I will absolutely deserve to win it, without a doubt. Yes, it's the biggest day of a racing driver's life, his career.
I'm really sorry to Bine, guys. I'm sorry for the DNF. Is it still definitely wet out there? Like this extra water that's come? Was it because it looked like it was getting cuspy, and then it sort of this has come? Is it?
If you go slicks, it'll take ages. It'll take a long time.
And it's not really drying out there, it seems.
No.
It's just taking ages to dry.
And you can feel it on the rubber, just moving on the blocks.
Okay.
If it's just a normal race, it won't be too bad. Usually I get these decisions wrong, and then we just lose a race. But now we're going to lose a championship, so it's a bit more to it than normal.
One more race, mate. One more race.
Let's have it. Got it.
Good luck anyway, Sandra. It's been one hell of a season, however it plays out. So.
We've got to get to fourth if he's directly behind us.
Let's do. It's been a pleasure, mate.
Oh, yeah, and you.
Proud of
One
you.
last dance next year, Grumps.
Green flag is waved then, and so the final formation lap is underway. Remember, this is the grid based on the results of race 2 with that reverse grid draw. But as far as the championship is concerned, it is 1 point. This, the championship leader. Jake Hill has 404, Tom Ingram 403. It's just those two fighting for the crown. For third place, it's Sutton versus Turkington versus Camish. So, Hill by a point. We'll find out what the score is in 15 laps' time.
Last car's just getting into position now.
15 laps stand between us and the 2024 champion, and knowing who that is going to be. The Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit has had some epic showdowns in the past. The 2024 Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship final round is ready to go. Lights are red. We're racing for the final time this year. There's a lot of wheel spin off the grid. There's a good stop by Turkington, who then can't get through the traffic. Jake Hill also charges up behind the front-wheel drive cars, and Ingram has not been able to find a way through, but he's on the inside of Hill. Look in the background. Ingram goes ahead of Hill. There's a sideways forward that he's just about corrected. Ingram finds himself blocked by Turkington now on the run up the hill. It's all getting very leery ahead of Ingram as the Fords run out wide, but the Hyundai comes out of the corner ahead of the BMW of Jake Hill, and Ingram is trying not to get himself in jeopardy. He has to give up a place on the inside line there to Camish. Turkington is ahead of Ingram, which is not ideal, but Ingram is ahead of Hill, which is good news for him.
Eyes forward, we know we've got this, we know we've got this.
Place. This is Jake Hill's view. That's Ingram ahead. They come now down towards Hawthorne. Ingram looks to the inside, covers off that line from Jake Hill as well. He's got to go defensive right now. They run 6th and 7th. Ingram being ahead, and that would actually put them tied on points, and that would mean that Jake wins it on the tie break. So Ingram's got to get a wriggle on and try and put more cars between himself and Hill, and he knows that. Jake Hill right on the back of the Hyundai as they come then now out of the left-hander of Sterling's. Josh Cook, the race leader. Ingram having to go a little bit defensive on Hill, but he gets up the inside there alongside Camish as they come across the line, and Tom Ingram goes through.
And Camish dives across, gets punted across the front of Jake Hill. That puts a car between Ingram and Jake Hill, but he's fighting back on the approach to there's more contact there, and Camish nearly into the back of Ingram, but Jake Hill is through.
Pushed to pass.
Right, Ingram then now has one car between himself and Jake Hill, but he wants more. So it is Cook, Sutton, Taylor Smith is 3rd, Ingram is 4th, then it's Camish and Hill.
Camish and Hill putting behind.
Right now, Ingram, your champion by 2 points. Provisionally, there he is, going through a Graham Hill bend.
I think Jake's got Camish.
Yeah?
Is he? I think he has, isn't he? Yeah.
Now there, look, you've got Jake Hill back onto the tail of Tom Ingram, so he's found a way past Camish.
If the circuit drives and somebody Ingram bangs it in, then you're
Up front, it's Cook versus Sutton. Ash Sutton's done the fastest lap of the race. But look, Hill right onto the back of Ingram now.
Well, it used to be that mixed conditions were the nemesis of the BMW, but West Surrey Racing did a lot of work on that kind of a setup for these conditions a couple of years ago, and certainly the car looks very good at the moment.
You have 2 laps of hybrid, Ingram only has 1. Let's think about using it at some point, mate.
11 laps to go this time, so we're in P4, we've just got to stay ahead.
Ingram is still ahead of Jake Hill then as they come up over the timing line once more, and Jake Hill now getting a bit more interested in getting ahead of Ingram. He's sat there, he's assessing what's going on, and he makes his move on the outside line. The 2 championship fighters go toe to toe, but Jake Hill I think has got the pace right now, and he's going to be able to get the drive. Jake Hill fighting back in the championship, absolutely level there on the hybrid, and Ingram doesn't have a lot to use, don't forget. He's just got his nose in front, but the road should come to Jake Hill, and it does on the inside. Jake Hill goes through.
Come on!
Okay, mate, copy.
I just my pants there, boys.
And right now, Jake Hill would be the champion by 3 points from Tom Ingram.
Okay, mate, we're just going to stay in it as long as we can.
But fair play to Jake, he's driven like a champion, as down the inside, reigning champion until the end of this race, and then contact between Josh Cook and Aaron Taylor-Smith. That lets Hill through, puts another car between him and Ingram.
It's all panning out nicely now for Jake Hill, isn't it? Because as 2 delay themselves, he finds 3rd, he goes to the outside where there's a little bit more traction, and he's going to try to win this championship by winning the race. All of a sudden, Jake Hill now is looking a lot more upbeat, a lot more feisty, and he's prepared to take on anybody.
Colin is all over Ingram and he's moving further back, mate. Keep it safe for f***'s sake, mate.
8 laps to go.
Tom's got a race for it, and here he comes up the inside coming out of Graham Hill Bend. He might just get the momentum now to have a go on the inside down towards Surtees. Tom Ingram has got to throw everything at this move because it's absolutely crucial. He's up the inside line, the Hyundai goes by, Turkington on the hill line, so to speak, on the outside. Ingram comes off the corner ahead, Taylor-Smith though fights back. Ingram is not finding these conditions to his liking. Look, the Astra goes back ahead. Ingram's going to try and brave it out on the inside all the way down to Hawthorns. He's on the inside line, but Aaron Taylor-Smith keeps the place. This is bad news for Ingram. Taylor-Smith out wide. Ingram has got to try and send it now on the inside down to Westfield, but he's just struggling for pace right now.
Yeah, and look, he's got Turkington right up behind him, and of this group, Turkington probably looks the fastest.
Ingram is back behind, but there's a big gap.
So there is the Hyundai. He is now in 4th place, Tom Ingram, and he has got to try to make up a pretty big gap now to Jake Hill of nearly 3 seconds.
The gap ahead is 3 seconds. You gained in the last sector, but overall, no, it's a loss.
But it's not affecting him because here, the mistake by Cookie, a bit of a wobble at Graham Hill Bend. Again, the road opens up for Jake. And this is for 13th, 14th, 15th places. The chance to go through in a big, big slide by Jake Hill there, coming towards Hawthorn.
The gap to Ingram is ever growing. Just make sure we look after these tyres and keep it safe out the back.
Jake Hill, in the meantime, 4 seconds back from Ash Sutton, so he's not closing for the race win, but equally he's got better pace than this man, Tom Ingram. Even if Ingram were quicker at the moment, he'd still have to clear Josh Cook.
Yeah, Tom's slow. Tom's really slow.
And this is the empty track view that Tom Ingram has because all the people he wants to be racing with have scarpered, and Ting doing his level best to maintain that motivation, but he's also coming under attack. That's Camish, who's up alongside him and gains a place. Ingram drops back a spot, and although he's going to try to retaliate on the way to Sterling's, that perhaps underlines the problems that Ingram and the Hyundai are having in these half-and-half conditions.
Camish has just overtaken Ingram, and we have a 7-second gap to him.
So Jake Hill has about a lap and a half to go. It's going to be 2nd place. It looks as though it's going to be his championship and at his home circuit as well. So maybe there's something about the fact that, you know, it's Brands Hatch for the showdown in the year that he's in it. And as somebody pointed out yesterday, 24, the number on the car in 24, maybe that was preordained as well.
Just keep it on now. Just keep it on. One more lap, Bobby.
Last lap.
Ash Sutton wins the final round of the championship, but into Clark Curve on his home circuit in front of a huge amount of support comes the 2024 Quick Fit British Touring Car Champion, Jake Hill.
Come on! Come on! Oh, come on!
It's a tough one. I think their car was better than ours in that last race, so it's tough to take really. But fair play to me. They deserved it. Did a good job. It's these weird greasy conditions, I think, that they seem to be pretty good in for a rear-wheel drive car. They're really good, and we've just suffered with it a few times this year, especially the second half of the year. So done a really good job there. Fair play. I think in the dry we had him, but then we got some rain and it wasn't meant to be. So fair play. Well done, Jake. Well done, Craig. Good job.
I just can't believe it, mate. I cannot believe it. Thank you, Dad, so much for never giving up. He never gave up on me once. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, MB. Thank you, BMW. Thank you, everyone.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm his dad.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, that's my little boy out there. That's my boy.
The champion!
Cole. Thank you, mate, for all your help today, mate.
Mixture of unbelievably happy and proud, and it's been such a journey. If anyone's known the story, it's taken a long time and a lot of amazing people. And I'll be here all night to say thank you to everyone, but I'm so proud of Jake, so proud of the team, and I'm gonna have a cup of tea now.
And the 2024 Quick Fit British Touring Car Champion is Jake Hill! Trophy champion, and that champion is Mikey Noble.
Yeah, unbelievable season from us here at Evans Halshaw Powermax Racing. We've just finished the season, just been crowned the Jack Sears Trophy Champion 2024. Rounded the season off with a fantastic race there from P19 to P11, taking the Independence win, and also obviously being crowned Jack Sears champion. So just a fantastic way to end the year. Absolutely loved every minute of the season. Thanks to everyone at the team. They've all done a fantastic job. And yeah, God, it's a shame we got to wait so long to go racing again.
We're champions! Woo! Oh, mate. I've won the British Touring Car Championship 2024, and I'm number 24. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but I'm a little bit overwhelmed with emotions, to be honest with you. It's been an amazing day. Mixed emotions, highs, a little bit of lows, and then massive highs again. So, yeah, it's a pretty special feeling, and one that I'm going to cherish forever.
I mean, what was the feeling when you came across the line? You finally, heard on the radio from Craig.
Couldn't really see much because my eyes were full of tears, to be totally honest with you. When it's everything that you've worked for, it overwhelms you. I mean, we all have ambitions in life, and when you achieve them, that's what it's about. It's special, So, yeah, I don't know what to say, mate. I'm just absolutely overwhelmed. What was it like over Tom? Do you know, the funny thing was actually overtaking Tom is that's the exact same place that he overtook me on the move I did with him. He did with me in 2022 when he won it. So it was quite fitting that I went round the outside of him at Surtees, took the championship lead properly, and it finished that way. So yeah, I was really, really proud of that move and really proud of obviously this team and this result to get us the championship. Just want to say a huge, huge thank you to Laser Tools Racing with MB Motorsport. Those people have stuck with me for years now, especially Alex and Mark from MB. We started this journey really in 2019, and finally, we've got this baby. So a huge thank you to BMW, West Surrey, MB, and everyone that has helped me along the journey, because there's so many people to name, you know, the odd 500 quid here, £1,000 here, it's all gone towards, you know, making me who I am. So thank you. Taking this home.
Great biscuits, Aaron. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Sam and I race for my dad.